All right. So now we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and Instagram, and Rumble. So we appreciate you guys being here. And of course, I've been talking to my friends there on TikTok for a little bit. So hello to you guys on TikTok. And we're getting ready to go live on Spreaker as well. So, yeah, I tell you what. Okay, so now we're live on Spreaker. So here we are, everybody. Welcome to the presentation. Thank you so much for being here. I know that, first of all, let me just say this. If you want to go to my website, it's very simple. BishopJamesLong, LONG.com. All right, Bishop James Long, that is the website. And if you want to go to the church's website, that's easy too, usocc.org. So usocc.org. Now, as you know, we do not get paid as clergy, so we do this 100% free. We have a retreat coming up at next year. So if you would like to help any of the clergy members, because they have to fly in and then they have to get the rooms at the retreat, you can go to usocc.org and click on the retreat button. We're pretty far away from our goal for both of them. So if you could help, that would be wonderful. And then you could either help Father Sean or Father Mark, or you can help both. So they would appreciate that. That way that we can get them into the retreat. Because again, they have to fly in and then get a car and then get the place. So it's expensive. So thank you guys very much for doing that. We appreciate that, and so do they. That's very, very kind of you. Again, usocc.org, and click on the retreat button. Okay. Now, before we go into the presentation tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have our Bible study, and so we would love to have you guys here. And we were just talking earlier. And that's right, Tuffy. Absolutely. I've seen people who claim to be Satan, and I have seen some very demonic, evil behavior. People have asked me all the time, am I concerned? Do I ever get concerned about demons? Afraid of demons? No. And I've talked about this many, many times. What actually frightens me is how some people can be so nasty and hateful and cruel, and then can put their head on the pillow at night and not even give it a second thought. That to me is more frightening, because I don't understand that. I can't understand it. My brain doesn't. I can't. I don't get it. Thank you, Jax. So demons, you know what to expect, but people who are just so nasty, So anyway, I saw the first season of Evil, and I just couldn't get into it. I know it's terrible, but I could not get into it. So. For those of you who are on TikTok, we're going to take care of the trolls. And we're going to do that right now. And I really don't care if the trolls like it or not. Sub chat only is on. And I'll turn it back for everybody at 8:30. So I had to address that issue just recently on a TikTok video. And people were attacking me saying, you should be ashamed of yourself having subscriber chat only. Okay, so let me answer this, and then we're going to get into the presentation. I put sub chat only on Sundays and Wednesdays because I have Bible study. And when I open it up to everybody, people come in and say some of the most disgusting, foul, vulgar things. I mean, really disgusting. And then our moderators can't even enjoy it. And then trolls are actually upset that I have sub chat on. Listen to that. I am actually getting hate mail from trolls because they can't troll me because I have sub chat on, and they want me to take it off. I'm not speaking a foreign language. You actually heard that. So now they're upset because I've taken away their ability to troll. This is where we are. That there's something not right. I'm sorry. that to me is kind of like you scratch your head and say, what? But yeah, they're really upset about it. And because they can't troll, because I put sub chat only on. Well, I don't give a damn. I don't care. Trolls, I don't care. So, I want you to do this. I want you to call 1-800. We have an HR service and a complaint department. And so it's 1-800. I don't give a damn. Okay. So you can just go ahead and call that number, and we'll see how far that'll take you. So I don't care. See, that's the thing. I just don't care. I don't care. So anyway, that is the presentation. Yeah. We pray. Honestly, God, let me just say this real quick, because this needs to be talked about. There is an elderly woman who's in her 70s. Now listen to this. And she goes on TikTok and she does, she's kind of from the South. She has a Southern kind of a twang. There are trolls. They go to her live. They say some really bad stuff. I mean, this is a 76-year-old woman. And they are harassing her and saying some really nasty things. The other day, while she was doing a live, these trolls actually called Papa John's to deliver pizza to her home at $120-something. So when these pizza came and knocked on the door, she answered the door. She said, "I didn't order pizza." And he said, "Well, you owe us like $120-something." She said, "I didn't order it." That's what they're doing now. And here's the sad part about it. They think it's fun. So I'm going to try to find somebody in the legal field to help her, because that's too far. That's gone too far. That's too much. That's too much. But that's what they're doing. So anyway, for those of you who are coming in, I know there's a bunch of people coming in right now. Trolls, you're not going to be able to chat with us. So you might as well go somewhere else, because we're not paying attention to, because sub chat only is on. That's the way it's going to be. And it's so sad that I have to deal with this every single time on TikTok. TikTok, fix the troll problem. You've got to fix it. I love TikTok. I think it's great, but you've got to fix it. The trolling is an issue. And it's time that if you have clear evidence that they are trolling, their account should be banned. That's it. Not only should their account be banned, but their IP address should be banned, so they can't make any more fake accounts, because that's what they're doing. So anyway, that is what we have. Oh no. Miss Wilma's doing double duty. Miss Wilma's, hold on everybody. Miss Wilma. Okay, Miss Wilma, let's go. Come on. There we go. Yeah, Miss Wilma and Miss Judy. They're coming with us here. They're going to talk. Miss, you had to do double duty there. I think. Miss Wilma. Kind of crazy. Doing double duty, triple duty. Hello there, Miss Wilma. And hello, Miss Judy Ann.
Hi, Judy Ann. Hope everybody's having a good night tonight.
I'm fine. How are you doing? How are you ladies doing? Judy Ann. Well, first of all, Judy Ann, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm still vertical. That's a start.
That's
right?
a good thing. That is a very good thing. And what about you, Miss Wilma? How are you doing?
I'm very upset right now.
Okay. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Wow. That's amazing. You haven't even started the joke and they're already booing you. That's a first.
I noticed that.
That is a first. Okay, what's going on, Miss Wilma? Come on, tell us.
I asked Siri if she could check my bank balance.
Yeah.
And to let me know which Apple product that I can afford. She told me apple juice.
This is why. Miss Wilma, I'm going to have to put you on subscriber chat only. So that's what you're going to have to start paying for now on. That's it. With a joke like that. I mean, seriously. Yeah, it's out in the field. That's true. It's definitely out in the field. All right.
But she did it, Siri, so I checked the balance, and she told I wanted to buy some kind of Apple product, like laptop or something. Yeah. And she said the only thing I can afford is apple juice. Okay, does everybody get it? Does every studio audience? Yep. Even the donkey got it. And the donkey is that's it. The donkey is sick, just like that joke. Now, Miss Judy Ann, do you have a joke to help us there, to get us out of that?
I do.
Oh, good. Here we go.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Why don't skeletons skydive?
Why don't skeletons skydive? Miss Wilma, do you know?
No, I don't.
Okay. Why do skeletons skydive?
They don't have the guts for it.
Oh, I love that. That is good. No. Don't you do her. No.
I didn't boo. Wait. I didn't boo.
No.
You guys must be related. My
That
gosh.
was great, Judy. I love
I
it.
thought that was a pretty good one.
This is a
You
tag
know what?
team.
We need to take over the controls. I think Bishop Long is just getting a little too liberal with those negative sounds.
Yes, keep pushing the blue button.
I have
Judy,
no-
what did you
That's
do
right.
that?
I have
right.
absolutely no control whatsoever. None whatsoever.
Okay.
None.
All right.
None.
What do lawyers wear to court? How about this one? What do lawyers wear to court?
okay, I don't know. What?
Lawsuits. Lawsuits.
Okay, all of a sudden it's just a deserted. The viewership has plummeted, and that's it. Or they're kicking us off the show. All right, Miss Wilma, what do you got for us? Boy, I tell you what.
I think that was you.
Of course you do. See, and then the tag team over here.
Did you hear about the new sport called quiet tennis?
Quiet tennis?
Uh-huh.
No.
It's like normal tennis, but without the racket. Come on,
Give her some positive feedback. You're
All right,
too
What-
liberal with those
Wait.
sounds.
studio audience, what do you really think about that joke? Okay, all right, sorry. I mean, it's just right down the toilet. Right down the toilet with the double duty. Right down the toilet. That's it. Sorry, Miss Wilma. Sorry, I have no control. I have no
I thought that was decent. I thought that was really decent. Okay, why can't you hear a pterodactyl going to the bathroom? Now remember, spelling is key here.
Tara, who?
A pterodactyl.
Okay, why can't you hear a pterodactyl going to the restroom?
Why can't you hear a pterodactyl going to the bathroom?
I don't know.
Because the P is silent. Does anyone get that?
I give up, folks. That's it. The show has just turned into a circus. Total circus with all the scary clowns. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, for those of you who have no idea what the hell we're doing, I have not lost my ever loving mind. Between 8 and 8:30, we just goof off and have a good time. That's why we have sub chat only on, because we don't want to talk to trolls, because trolls ruin our time. They just ruin our vibe. And then at 8:30, we'll talk about all your demons. For God forbid, we can't have 30 minutes without talking about demons. Demons. I mean, everybody just we'll talk about demons. I've been only here for like 3-4 years talking about demons. That was a pretty rough one. That was a pretty rough one.
You don't like my 1920s jokes, do you?
I think they're 1910. I think they're not, or maybe from the 1890s or something. My goodness gracious. So cheers, cheers, everybody. I'm not. No. Hey, folks. Here's the deal. If you have them, drink them. This is my first one already. So cheers. They've already got me.
Okay.
Hold
You know
on.
what? I want to say hi to all of these sweet people that are in the feed all the time, from Jane to Lorraine and even the other moderators. There's so many nice people, and it's so good to see them. So thank you all for being here.
Yes, they are just really, really cool, because we love our moderators, because they really do work hard. They do. All right, Miss Wilma, do you have any other jokes for us?
Did you hear about the man? He hasn't talked to his wife in 7 years.
Smart man. Very smart man. That's a smart man right there, sir. If you smart, happy wife, happy. No. Hold on, the baby's still laughing. Thank you, studio audience, baby. I mean, the baby was still laughing. Okay, Miss Wilma. Man.
A man didn't talk to his wife in 7 years because he didn't want to interrupt her.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you, honey.
That was.
I like that.
What is this tag team going on here? I mean, you're both.
Okay.
It's a tag team.
You're an exorcist. Deal with it.
Oh well.
Oh, I love that one, Judy. I love it.
Are you guys done?
That's his applause.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hey.
I have to be careful though, Wilma. He might put those Jeffrey Dahmer glasses in a little package and send them to me.
I might do that.
Hey.
That's right. That's right. Oh, by the way, for those of you who had a birthday, wish you had a birthday, want to have a birthday, think about having a birthday, well, here you go. Miss Wilma's going to. Yep. Sing it, Miss Wilma. Who the hell's Michael? Yeah, happy birthday to you. So there you go. Happy birthday, whatever you are. If you're having a birthday, want to have a birthday, think of that birthday, or just whatever. So anyway, all right.
Bishop and Wilma, what did one wall say to the other?
I don't know, sweetie.
I'll meet you at the corner.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
Thought
No,
so.
no, stop booing her. That was good.
I told you the studio audience is in total control of the booing. So
You're the one pushing the boo button.
you're pushing my boot buttons. Man, but what else do you guys have?
Someone
Well,
asked, did I pay any attention to politics?
Yeah.
I said, no, I'm scared of any kind of ticks. Yes, I did. Why you did like that? Because
No.
I'm scared of any kind of tick.
No. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Come on, no, that you're not
Apologize.
sorry. Come on.
I apologize. Sorry. I'm just going to say it
Bishop,
now.
do you have any jokes?
Absolutely. Here's a joke. Are you ready?
Okay, big
Okay,
one.
let's hear it.
This is the craziest
hear it.
joke in the world. Miss Wilma. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That was a terrible
Thank you.
joke in the world.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Okay,
was
simmer down now.
this?
Simmer down now.
Okay. What do sea monsters eat?
Miss Wilma's jokes.
What?
Okay, sorry. I'm just.
What do sea monsters eat?
What do they eat?
Fish and chips.
I love that.
Man.
Okay, here's something better. How do you organize a space party? Because everybody knows Bishop Long is a space nerd. He went to space camp. He
Mhm.
likes all that stuff, and he thinks there's aliens out there. So, how do you organize a space party?
I don't know. How do you do it? How do
You
you?
plan it. Oh,
I think I think the sheep is going
Did I
down with the
deserve
with the
that?
donkey. I think definitely the sheep is going
did
down with
I
the donkey.
deserve that? I don't believe I deserve
I think
that.
you deserve
What
it.
was that, honey? I didn't get the end of it. Well,
How do you organize
telling
a
you, 'cause she's
space
drunk.
party? You plan it.
oh, I do love the James. This one, you. Oh my stars, can't believe that.
No, that's
no.
I think Father Sean needs some company. I think Bishop Long needs to go into a timeout.
Yay! Come on,
Just-
Sean. Come on. We need your help.
Actually, I think your jokes need to go on timeout. That's what I'm. Ooh,
Oh
man.
Oh,
Has Sean been getting good grades?
no,
Yes, he gotta be.
no, Sean's definitely in timeout.
No, he's not. Never. Do you know why the Rolling Stones stopped making music?
I have no idea.
Because they got to the bottom of the hill. Get it? Rolling Stones. Come on!
I'm telling you, folks.
I know.
Wilma,
We can't please him. What do cows read the most?
what? I don't know. What do they
Did you
read?
hear that? What do cow? They read catalogs.
Oh, honey, that is good.
Oh.
Wow, no.
Okay. He doesn't like it. I've got to get one where he smiles at least. Okay. Why didn't the melons get married?
Why don't the
Because
melons
they
get married?
cantaloupe.
Because they what?
Because they can't.
Oh,
Because they cantaloupe.
man, I didn't know. I didn't.
Come on, Bishop Long.
I didn't know if I didn't
I
know
know.
if.
Okay. Wait. What? Here. What did the cake say to the fork?
I don't know. Wilma, do you know what the cake
Yeah.
said to the fork?
No, I don't, hon.
You want a piece of me? You want a piece of me?
I can't believe you want a piece of that.
Folks,
There's no pleasing this man tonight. There is no pleasing this man tonight.
I want to apologize profusely. I do apologize, and but you know what?
Bishop, Why
Yeah.
aren't noses 12 inches long?
Well, I don't know. Otherwise, we'll be doing double duty. I don't know. Why are noses? Why are noses?
Because then it would be a foot.
Then it'd be what? Then it'd be a foot. Oh, come on, man. These are
Bishop Long, you ought to know that one, but your nose is that long.
okay. Are we done?
Okay, Wilma, let him have it. Let him have it.
Crazy. These ladies are these ladies are so crazy. They went. Then these ladies are crazy. No. These ladies are so crazy. They went to McDonald's to try to put a Happy Meal on layaway. I'm truly, and that is very true, guys. I'm telling you. And let me tell you this: they're so crazy. They're so crazy. They eat soap to clean their mind. I'm all that. They're so crazy. No. They're so crazy. They went to the They went to the library to find Facebook. Come on, I'm here all day.
Oh, ouch.
Let me tell you. No. They are both. Oh, I'm not finished. They are both so crazy.
Listen here, Mr. X.
No.
You're savage tonight.
They are
Savage.
They are both so crazy when they play Monopoly. They before passing go, they look both ways. I mean,
No, that's funny.
all right.
Jane's sticking up for me. Thank you, Jane. I see your comment there. That was a low blow. Hey,
Boo.
Bishop,
Yeah.
why don't mummies gossip?
I don't know. Why don't they gossip?
They don't want a bad rap.
Yep. Sorry, folks. Now we got to go right into our stories because the jokes are bad. Man, they are. Whew.
I'm telling you, I only got one left. I'm just gonna cry.
Well, it's okay, Miss Wilma.
What do duck hunters like to eat with their cheese?
Oh boy, please tell us.
Crackers.
No.
Duck hunters like to eat.
No, that
eat
wasn't
with their
just.
crackers.
That wasn't good, everybody. No, that wasn't good. You know what? Honestly, guys, Miss Wilma's a little crazy. She's a little special. Her antenna doesn't pick up all the channels. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying. I'm just sorry. Sorry, folks.
Who is right, Judy?
You know what I mean? What can I do?
What did he do?
So anyway, yeah.
I have one more in my bag. Why did Cyclops quit his teaching job?
Please tell us.
He only had one pupil.
All right, everybody, that's it. We're done. These jokes have went down in the holler. Down in the holler, because I think that's where they got them, down in the holler. Man, that was
Did you hear
rough.
about the man
Oh, got
that
some more.
was under house arrest,
Oh, yeah.
but he went everywhere?
Mm-mm.
It was a mobile house.
Oh.
Did we lose
Look at his face. No, he's like thoroughly disgusted.
Hey, did you hear about the man that was under house arrest, but he
Okay,
went
good.
everywhere?
Gotta
It was a
repeat it.
mobile house.
Gotta repeat it.
Come on, Bishop Long.
Gotta repeat it.
Give me a drum beat.
Just gotta repeat it.
Oh, that's a donkey.
Well, that donkey really does not sound good at
He
all.
was really mad.
I mean, that donkey sounded like dying like the jokes. All right. So
Okay,
let's.
I got a story.
All right. What's your story?
Okay.
Oh,
Hikers was captured videoing a plane nearly crashing into the divide. It was coming straight to them. You never know what you're going to see when you get your hiking boots on and hit the trail of the Rocky Mountains. A mountain lion stalking an elk and so on. Or how about a plane nearing inside of the mountain? That's exactly what happened to two Colorado hikers encountered when they were hiking to Devil's Thumb Pass in the India Peaks. Wilderness is a video posted to Facebook, which you can view below. The light aircraft appears to narrowly avoid crashing into the mountains during a hard drop. Can you nose drive? Can you imagine seeing this plane coming right at you?
No, that would be terrible. That would be really frightening. Wow.
Oh, yes.
All right, Judy Ann, do you have anything for us, or because I have a couple of stories I'd like to?
Well, oh, you do? Well, you should probably go ahead. Mine probably isn't near as interesting as yours.
No, let's hear what you got.
Well, I was reading about the Mariana Hadal snailfish. This is a fish that's about 11 inches long. It weighs about 6 ounces, and it's like a pale pink, and you can actually see its liver through its skin. They have been spotted as deep as 26,800 feet, which is more than 5 miles below the surface. They live in the Mariana Trench. Now, at the bottom of this trench, the pressure, the PSI, is 15,750, which is over 1,000 times the standard pressure at sea level. Now, if you remember back with that Titan submersible, that terrible accident,
right?
That imploded at 6,000 psi. Yet this fish lives at 2.5 times the amount of pressure.
That is insane.
It's just unbelievable.
We don't know. Honest to God, we don't know what's out there in the ocean.
No, we don't.
We just don't. But it's crazy. But listen to this one. This is really interesting. Sharks off of Brazil coast are now testing positive for an illegal substance that starts with a C-O-C and it ends in ane, because I can't say that on TikTok. So they've actually been tested positive for this illegal substance. That's terrible. So sharks in waters off the coast of Brazil have tested positive for this. So researchers have long suggested that sea life could be impacted by these illegal drugs dumped into the water by smugglers. Well, thank you very much, Ellie. With, of course, these found around Florida and South and Central America. So a lot of these sharks are showing up on the beach, being tested.
Oh, wow.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
That's scary.
Wow.
It is. Miss Wilma, do you have another story for us?
Wow.
Yeah. Miss Wilma?
The downtown aquarium in Denver has a new resident, a rare orange lobster that was rescued from a shipment delivered by Red Lobsters at a restaurant in Colorado. A long-term employee who is a dishwasher and head biscuit maker spotted the bright orange lobster while unpacking a shipment last Friday. Aquarium officials said that the staff named it Crush after the Denver product. They put this in their aquarium, but it's a rare orange lobster, and it has a picture of it. That's weird.
So hey, that's good. At least because it's orange, I guess that saved its life, and now it gets to live in an aquarium for the rest of his life.
Yes.
Rather than a restaurant. There we go. Judy Ann, do you have another one for us?
I have a question for you.
Yep.
And this kind of is segging into the paranormal. You mentioned that you are going to be visiting Graceland, and I have read that there are some sightings of Elvis ghosts, and that there is some paranormal activity there at Graceland. Have you heard about that? What do you know about that?
Oh yeah, even Elvis said when he was alive that he believed that Graceland was haunted. But there are people who have taken pictures after he had passed away when they opened it up for the place for where he's buried, and people snapped some pictures, and there is a clear picture of what appears to look like Elvis in the back door. So it's a really interesting picture. It's a really interesting picture. So I don't know.
Now, when I went this long, and my sister and I was taking pictures, and we didn't really look at them until we went to this restaurant, and I couldn't even eat. I was like, "What is going on?" We was at his outfit. They have glass. Their outfits in this glass, and Elvis was kneeling down, holding his cape and looking up. And then in the one of the rooms that we take pictures, he actually was walking to the wall. I was like, oh my stars, I can't believe this. he was turned around and he's walking toward the wall.
Yeah, I mean, there's
And I
a lot of
have
people
those
see it.
pictures.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who said that they
Well,
see it.
But Bishop, what is that? Is that a leftover energy? What is that?
We simply don't know. I mean, that could, because I certainly believe that ghosts exist, and that absolutely could be Elvis's ghost. We simply don't know. Now, for those of you who are on TikTok, there it is. There's a picture of it right there. That's the actual picture that someone snapped when they were at the garden there. They just took some pictures, and that's what they captured right there.
Wow.
And we can talk about that and that kind of stuff in a little bit. But Miss Wilma, do you have any? Do you have a I don't know, a movie or something that we normally do?
Yeah, yes, it's 8:32.
Okay.
My movie is called Angels in the Outfield. Tony Danza is in it. Two boys live in a foster home.
Yeah.
They love baseball, even if the team was the worst team. The little boy's dad came to him, and he told him that if the Angels team wins, I will come and get you. That will make a family. So Roger says a prayer. Now, he is the only one that can see this real angel that shows up to help the team. Everyone sees him talking to himself, but it's the angel. He tells the coach about it also. I don't want to give it away, but this is a really good movie. It's on Disney Plus.
Now, Miss Wilma, you do realize that's a 30-year-old movie. It came out in 1994.
I just saw it. Actually, I did. I'm going to jump off here, and I hope everyone has a great night. I love all of you, and Bishop Long and Judy Ann, it's great to be with you tonight, and God bless.
All right, bye-bye, Miss
Good
Wilma.
night, Miss Wilma.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody, that was Miss Wilma. We appreciate that. And Miss Judy Ann, we appreciate you stopping by as well and saying howdy to us.
You betcha.
And we'll look
I'm
forward
gonna
to having
hop
you
up
guys.
here, and you can get your
Yeah,
your show going. There's a delay in the phone. I apologize for that. There's like this
that's all right.
30-second delay.
It's all
So
good. It's all
I don't
good.
need to talk over you. So, okay, the show must go on.
All right, we'll see you.
I'll go
We'll
back
see
to
you there.
moderating.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Oh,
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, everybody. That was our friends, Miss Judy Ann and Miss Wilma. We appreciate them. By the way, they're going to be with us tomorrow. I accidentally called them. Sorry, just called you back. So they're going to be with us, and that's going to be really cool. So we appreciate that. Thank you. And they'll be here tomorrow. So for our Bible study, let me put this up here. So I got to charge it up. There we go. So I'm going to open up the chat to everybody. So there we go. Now it's open up. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you there, Lynn. I appreciate the gifts. And again, I apologize for those of you who have not thanked. When you offer the gifts, I do apologize. It's only because I have so many chats open. So I have this computer and this computer. So there's multiple chats open, and sometimes I don't see them. So thank you very much for the gifts. And for those of you who are liking this, please keep liking it. And thank you. Like and share. Howdy. Like and share. That way it gets into the algorithm, a higher algorithm. So then when people log on to TikTok, they say, well, what is this guy dressed up in this clothing? And they come on in. So there we go. So now the chat is open to everybody. For now, let's just be kind. Just be kind. Don't ruin it for everybody. Just let's just be nice. I mean, it's real simple. Just be nice. But anyway, so that is we do appreciate Judy Ann. She's doing this with us now, and of course, Miss Wilma. They'll be here tomorrow, so I'm not leaving. So keep in mind that tomorrow we're going to be here for Bible study at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to do Bible and from 8 to 9. Yep, I have subscriber chat only on to keep away the trolls. That's the way it is. So, yeah. Oh, you know what, Josh? Josh is asking a good question. He says, "I wonder if the same people will make a movie about those sharks." Honestly, that's a scary. It's scary because of just the ecosystem. See, I'm not. I'll be the first to admit, I'm not going to swim with sharks. Ain't going to happen. No way. People go like to South Africa or even Australia and Hawaii, and they get in these cages to swim with sharks, great whites. No. Oh, thank you. There is no way I would ever do that. Some of these cages, have you ever seen them? They have this great big, huge, wide open section. And I'm thinking the shark could come into that. And actually it had at one time. Now, I think the Discovery Channel had that on where the shark actually came in and penned the diver inside the cage. Nope. So Becky, Jason had sent me a message. Jason McLeod, who's a friend of mine and great guy, great author. I've talked about his books many, many times. The Dark Siege books, which I encourage you to get. Those of you who love the paranormal, you got to get Jason's books. You have to. You're going to love them. But it's darksiege.com. Darksiege.com. Jason McLeod, McLeod. Yeah, and he asked me if I would be willing to to join with him. I think in Lexington at Scarefest, I believe, and just just for a couple hours and do I presentation with him. So I absolutely, yeah, I think we're doing a seminar of some kind, but yeah, I'll be very happy to do that. Jason's a great guy, a terrific person, really class act. Any new Ghost Hunters episode with you coming? No. Right now, there's just nothing that I am on the radar. And I mean, if they had if the Eli Roth, if they contact me, I probably would do it again. I really like the people. Truly, guys, for those of you, it's the Eli Roth Presents Legion of Exorcists show that I was a cast member on. A lot of people, they got great ratings, and a lot of people wanted them to come back on. I think because of the writer's strike, it caused a lot of problems. As of now, we've not heard anything about a season 2. But if they had said, "Hey, look, would you be willing to, to come back on for season 2?" I think I would. Only because the director was phenomenal. The whole entire everybody there was just top notch. I mean, truly, honest to God, with the Travel Channel, with Eli Roth, with the director, the executive producers, everybody, they were just amazing. 100% top notch. So I really enjoyed it. So I think I would. Now, of course, there will be a few things that I have to discuss, but yeah, I think, yeah. Okay, Willie Windwalker. So here's the deal with Willie Windwalker and his wife, Shaman. I am going to go to his house tomorrow. So what has happened is Willie, his wife went to a rehab kind of facility, and online it looked really great. Really, really fantastic. They got there, and it was not what was advertised at all. I mean, at all. And Willie got really ticked off, and rightfully so. And they wouldn't even check her blood pressure. They wouldn't even do that. And so Willie said, "That's it. I'm done." So he said, "Shaman, you want to go?" She said, "Absolutely." So what happened is Shaman had one of her legs amputated, and so they were at home. She was recovering, and she fell, and she broke her hip. She had a fracture, and so they had to fix that. And so then she had to go to rehab. But when they got to the rehab, it was horrible. So they are now home, and it's just been one thing after another with Willie. They have been just attacked. And so Willie said, "Please come over here." And so I'm going to go over there. We're going to perform a blessing. We're going to have mass over there. And so just, pray for Willie, all the prayer warriors out there, because him and his wife, and that is how demons work. That is 100% how they work. That's why they're cowards. They will attack you at the opportune time, the best time for them. So when you're vulnerable, when you're sick, or when you're lonely or depressed, when you're overwhelmed, and they will attack, and it's vicious. It's like a pack of hyenas. So he's going through a lot. He's going through a lot. And so he is asking for prayers. And so tomorrow we'll be going there and chatting with them and doing what we do. Well, I mean, it's one of those things. This stuff is it truly is real. I mean, this is oppression does exist, and it's terrible. It is terrible. And poor Willie. Willie's the type of person. He's just amazing. May I ask, how do you know if it's just bad luck? Well, because it's one thing after another. It doesn't stop. So I can understand having a couple things like, okay, yeah, that happened, then this happened, but then you have this and this and this and this and this, and it doesn't stop. There's no relief. It doesn't stop. They've been dealing with this now for 2 years. So it is constant. It's a constant barrage of attacks. So bad luck, you can say, yeah, I had a bad day or whatever it might be. But when you have something that is, when you can clearly see a pattern, and it's consistent and persistent, and it's relentless, then there's something else going on besides just bad. I mean, it's one thing after another, literally. And that the point of that is to break the person's will. And when you have to remember, guys, when I talk about breaking someone's will, that is incredibly, it's taxing on the individuals. It is draining. So if you think about it's one thing after another, there is no stop. Most of us, we all have bad things. We all have bad things happen to us, but eventually it kind of fades away and like, okay, finally I can breathe. With demons, there is no breather. It's constant. It's a constant barrage. And the whole point is to break the person's will. So they say, I can't fight anymore. I'm done. I am done. And they give up. And so it's you got to remember that process it's aggressive, it's horrible, it's debilitating. So, well, I mean, there's other things that I'm not going to go into a whole long conversation about Willie's private life, but it's clear that he believes pretty firmly that there is something going on, and based on what I know, I believe it to be true. I understand bad luck. I get it. I'm not the type of person that thinks everything is demons. Actually, if you follow me, if you truly follow me, you know that I've said it millions of times. Not everything is demonic. It's just not. But there are those cases where it's like, okay, this has the clear pattern here. So, why do demons get out of harassing people? Well, Nancy, what in order for possession to take place, a demonic will have to break the person's intellect and will. So you're at a constant barrage of attacks. Thank you there, Gorilla. So you're at a constant stage of attack. First of all, they enjoy it because it's sadistic. And secondly, when you break down a person's will and then you break up a person's intellect, they think they're going crazy. They can't fight anymore. They are truly exhausted. They're past exhaustion, and they just give up. I'm done. I'm finished. We've all been there. I think sometimes we've all been like, I can't handle it anymore. Now, I want you to multiply that times 10. You physically cannot handle it any longer. It's not just a mental attack. You physically can no longer fight. And once that takes place, then possession can take place. So remember, we are created in God's image. So possession is the ultimate form of desecration because it is desecrating the image of God. We are the living temple of the Holy Spirit. So you desecrate the living temple of the Holy Spirit, God's children, God's image, through possession. And what leads to possession is quite violent, and it's horrible. So that's why. So yeah, definitely, if you would, keep him in your prayers because he needs it. Oh man, Marie. I think I've been on for like 3 or 4 years. I can't remember exactly. So, well, hello there, Ireland. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate all you guys being here. By the way, I have some articles that I wanted to share. If you're a Star Wars fan, absolutely, Yeah. Do I believe that you can get attachment from an object? I know you can. I've had cases where someone actually did do that, where they purchased either Ouija boards or they purchased their. Matter of fact, on the Eli Roth presents the Legion of Exorcists show that I'm on, a family brought in this porcelain doll that this mother became obsessed with. She would not leave the store. She became obsessed. She brought it home, and this McMansion app just completely burnt to the ground. And the only thing that was there was that doll. And you can watch that. It's on the episode. But for those of you who are on, who like Star Wars, this is crazy. Carrie Fisher, of course, one of the Princess Leia, one of the famous actresses there. This is by Ben Hooper. The infamous gold bikini sported by Princess Leia in the 1983's Return of the Jedi, get this, sold for $175,000 at an auction that also featured a screen-used Y-wing model selling for $1.55 million. So Heritage Auction said that the July 24th, 25th Hollywood Entertainment Signature Auction featured a number of Star Wars artifacts, including the bikini that I just talked about, the Carrie Fisher, and the costume. For those of you know, she was in when she was a prisoner in Jabba's palace. So the costume inspired by Frank Frazetta. I cannot believe it. Can you imagine $175,000? That is crazy. That's a lot of money. I mean, I get it. I understand that the people are Star Wars fans, but man, oh man, that is insane. In my experience in full possession, how many demons have attached themselves to an individual? Is there an average? And what's the most you've seen? There's not an actual average, but there are multiple, and many times legions will come through when the name legions will come through, especially when during the rite. And so I don't want to get too. I'll just say there was multiple in one particular case that I worked. That was that required, because of that required multiple rites. So I had to pray it. It was a long process. Yeah, it was a long process. Will John says, how many demons have tried to attach themselves to you, and how did you deal with it? Well, at one time I wasn't dealing with it. I was under the stage of oppression. In 2015, I was 420 pounds. So because I was so overwhelmed with all these with the cases. And that's when I did the Exorcism live show, and which I got so much hate for that. You would not believe it. The disgust. It was an exorcism. There was the minor rite of exorcism. Thank you. So it's a home blessing. Anyway, that was, I think, in 2015 with Chip Coffey, who's a friend of mine, and I was 420 pounds. So because when I got lonely, I went to Sweets. When I got happy, I went to Sweets. When I got bored, I went to Sweets. It doesn't matter. I just went to Sweets, and I was just so overwhelmed. And also at that time, that's when I didn't have an online store. I didn't really have an online platform per se. I was on Facebook, but I was also putting thousands of dollars on my credit card to get to people's homes. So I was in massive debt. Because I don't charge, and I don't get paid as clergy. So it was not, even to this day, I'm still paying off that debt. So it was rough. I was under a lot of oppression because I wanted to say, yeah, I'll help. And but see, here's the thing. Here's what's sad about that is that still isn't good enough. So what I mean by that is I do the ministry for free. People still attack. It's still not good enough. I give my classes away for free. That's still not good enough. People still attack. I give my book away for free. That's still not enough. People still attack. I've done this ministry for complete free for over 20 years, and it's still not good enough. What I find fascinating is the people who charge $5,000 and $10,000 for exorcism, they don't get this feedback. So you explain that to me. Well, in the United States Old Catholic Church, we do not receive a stipend. We receive no paycheck. This ministry is 100% free. And recently I was attacked because I have sub chat only on during the Bible study. So they didn't like the fact that I had a subscriber only on for 1 hour because they didn't think I'd even deserve that. It's absurd. It just, and the classes that I had online, it was $12. There's 4 classes: demonology, angelology, paranormal studies, and genealogy. $12.50 a class. That's it. $12.50 a class. That still wasn't good enough. So then trolls went online and were vicious. I mean, they were $12.50 a class. So then I said, the hell with it. I'll give it a free. I'll give it away, which I did. So you see, that's the thing. I'm telling you, and the reason is I tell you this because I've said this before. You can lay flat on the ground so that people's feet won't touch the pavement and they will complain that you are not flat enough. And that's the God's honest truth. And that's why I always tell you, your value does not decrease based on someone's inability or refusal to see your worth. Because no matter what, even if I go homeless and live in a cardboard box, there are people that's going to say, I don't even deserve the cardboard box. And that is the God's honest truth. So that's why I'm trying to, and I'm not trying to, look, guys, I have a very thick skin. I've been dealing with this for over 20 years. I'm just letting you guys know that your value is not determined by these people. So just don't ever forget that. There will be people that will be constantly attacking your value and making you feel that you're not worthless, that you're not good enough, that you're not worth God's forgiveness, that you're not worth anything. Don't listen to those demonic individuals, because that is demonic. Anybody who tells you that is demonic. Because if they can't see Christ in you, then there must be seeing something else. So none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. But you know what? We are all worthy of the love of Christ. Every one of us. So don't allow anybody to convince you or tell you otherwise. And by the way, another Star Wars, I would have, you know what? If I had known this, I would have kept the darn stupid thing. But listen to this. A rare prototype Star Wars Boba Fett. You know, the Boba Fett little small, I think like 6 inches or so. An action figure from 1979 is up for auction. Well, an extremely rare prototype 1979 Star Wars Boba Fett action figure described as the holy grail of collecting is up for auction. So this, I would love to know. So anyway, it says a similar Boba Fett figure became the most expensive vintage toy in the world when it was auctioned off for $525,000. And they are thinking that this one is going to be double that, perhaps maybe triple. That's crazy. No, I don't believe. Well, see, the question, do I believe aliens are demons, implies that I believe aliens exist. So let's first, do I believe demons exist? I don't believe it. I know it. So that's number one. And let me just do this. Hold on. I got to do this puzzle. There we go. Okay. So I have there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I know they exist. And that's why, I guess that's one of the reasons why, of course, I don't charge, because I don't allow people to use greed as a way to invalidate my ministry. Because if I talked about this before, if I start charging $5,000, then people are going to say, aha, that's why you're doing it. I don't charge. Well, you're doing it for fame and fortune. I can go to Walmart and people don't know who the hell I am, which is a good thing. Now, if I go to a paranormal conference, that might be different, because that's the people. But I can go to Walmart. I went today and no one said, are you Bishop Long? So, and furthermore, fortune, you're not going to get fortune if you don't charge. So, anyway, what are you gonna do? Yeah, I'm a celebrity. I'm not. I am so. I love the fact that I can get. Now, it's true. If I go to a paranormal conference, yeah, I mean, people are going to, because it's paranormal. I've been in the paranormal for a long time, been on a lot of television shows. That's fine. But Walmart. No. Okay. And thank you for the 68,000 likes. Keep tapping, tap, 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 tap. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. And sharing. So there you go. Or maybe it was, do demons actually try and claim to be historical figures? Yep. Yeah. Many times they will, a demon. So in the rite, during the rite, the solemn rite of exorcism, you command its name and hour of departure. So that is absolutely crucial. Now, many times it will give you all kinds of crazy names, as it did in Annalise McKell, Emily Rose, the exorcism of Emily Rose. Well, thank you, Nebraska. And because it gave, human names and all this other stuff. But the point of the rite is to break the intellect and will of the demon to where it eventually surrenders its name. And either that or it's expelled. Most of the time, it very rarely will give you, once it surrenders its name, then that is it. We believe that they're thrown into the abyss, or the lake of sulfur, which is the Revelation talks about. So ultimately, you surrender its will, and you break its will to surrender to the cross. Let me go on Instagram and fix this, because Instagram just changed. So let me do that right quick, everybody. Bear with me for a second. Open mic part 2. All right, public. Then you got to get a code. Here's my code. And you got to check Instagram. It's so crazy how you got to do all this, and paste and save. There we go. Now we're back up and running on Instagram. Okay. Yeah, many times it will. This is an interesting. This has to be. They have to be from Kentucky. These people have to be from Kentucky. I'm from Kentucky, so just bear with me for a second. So Ben Hooper writes this. Listen to this. Listen, this is pretty amazing. A collection of 163 unique bedpans fails to sell at an auction. I wonder why. So this is a true story. A collection of 163 unique bedpans fails to sell at an auction. Thank you. So here's the story. The owner of what might be Europe's largest collection of bedpans is trying to find them a new home after they fail to sell at an auction. Here's what okay, here's what. Yeah. I'm sorry, I had to do the sound effect. Yeah. You see, here's what I don't get. Who in the world would think, well, that sounds like a fun idea. Let's do a collection of bedpans. Anyway, Mary Jacobs, 77, of Newmarket, England, said that she started her unusual collection while helping out with a rummage sale at the Newmarket Salvation Army Hall in 1984. She said, I saw a slipper bedpan come in and I bought it for 64 cents. And that was just a start. I wanted to collect something different. Well, it snowballed from there, and I found myself going around so many places to add to my collection. Can you imagine her going to the store? Excuse me, ma'am, do you sell bedpans? Anyway, so she now owns 163 different bedpans and has run out of room to store them. I think, Terry, I think they have it on... I've done Ghost Adventures but I think the Legion of Exorcists on HBO is on HBO Max, and I think it's running on Travel Chat. I'm not for sure. So anyway, she said, I had a cupboard built to store them in my front bedroom, but I'm getting older and I need to clear some space. You think? I hope they go to a good home. Lady, you have 163 bedpans. I mean, one per. Anyway, she said they're washed and they're clean, in fantastic condition. I hope so. She attempted to offload her collection earlier this month in an auction, but the tiny toilets failed to attract bidders. What a crappy idea. Okay, so anyway, offered for sale for 17 group lots, including such classics as the improved Ideal bed. Anyway, it didn't sell. So sorry, but you're gonna. I don't know, folks. It's one of those things. A bedpan. It's 160 something bedpans. So I don't know. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? I don't understand. Yeah, they're out of luck. They're S out of luck. So, this is open mic. Open mic. Jesus cannot save you. Well, okay, Jose, I'll pray for you. Bye bye, Cletus. Duh. Sorry. Some troll had to come in and say Jesus doesn't save me. So somehow that's going to convince. No, you don't say. You can go to USIM. You can go to USOC.org. USOCC.org. That's good. That's going to be the first question, and then there's going to be a second question, and then there's going to be a third statement. That's how they work. So I it's what happens. So, okay. I've never ever been to Ireland. No, but my on my mom's side, we apparently have Irish descendants, but I've never been. So there you go, Cindy. That's right. Oh gosh. Well, there's a difference between being mythology and being true. So I don't see. So my favorite song, man, I got too many. There's way too many. Yeah, actually, the Roland Doe is there. Absolutely, there was a clear indicator in my belief, and based on the what I have read and studied, I think that's absolutely been verified. It certainly was verified on the. I was on a documentary called the. The Haunted Boy. Thank you, Ellie. With the Booth brothers. Actually, I did 3 documentaries with them, and they have the Haunted Boy is based on the Roland Doe case. So if you've not seen that, you might want to check it out. It's really well done, and that's the Booth brothers. No, I'm not Protestant. Guys, if you go to USOCC.org, you'll find out that all the information. So I have not. No, I have been very busy. I have not had the opportunity to watch it. So anyway, that's there you go. All right. There's a Twitter. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't say X. It just doesn't sound right. It doesn't make sense. For those of you, by the way, listen to this. This is a really interesting story. Do you have a few exorcism, or do you have a few? I don't understand, John. Do you have a few scammed when you're doing exorcisms, or do you want with poltergeists or demons? I have no idea what you mean. Yeah, I'm not really sure what you mean by that. I work poltergeist cases. Well, hello. Ben Hooper wrote this as well. A fortune cookie. Do you ever feel scared when you're dealing with demons or poltergeist? No. Because I understand the nature of a demon. I've studied demonology since I was 9 years old. So with demonology, it's consistent, and you know the nature. But like I said, I know what concerns me more is people's disrespect and trolling. So, well, that's very nice, Sarah. I appreciate that. Sarah says, Louisville, Kentucky. I know you from Brown Mackie College. You were the best teacher in that Toe school. Well, thank you. That's very kind. I know sometimes I was a little. There were some teachers that were very easygoing and flexible, but you know what? I think when you're teaching someone, I think you have to. I think you can tell. You know, when some instructors, college professors, they kind of let you slide. I've never respected professors like that. I've always respected the teachers that challenged you. So, any holy location, where would it be? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of places, but I haven't really thought too much about where, because I don't do a whole lot of traveling. Thank you, dear Emery. Well, our exorcism the only way to get rid of a demon? Well, there's the minor rite of exorcism where a demonic has infested itself within the home, and then there is an attachment, a demonic attachment, and you perform a deliverance. You pray over that person to remove the demonic, and then there's a solemn rite of exorcism where a person is possessed. So, by the way, a fortune cookie inspires a North Carolina man's $200,000 lottery win. That's correct, Skid, and that's because they have a big brain, unlike you. And you, my friend, are what we call a troll. Bye-bye. Oh, poor thing. Poor Skid. Skibbity Reeves. Yeah, if I had a name like that, Okay. A North Carolina man said that the message inside a fortune cookie inspired him to buy the lottery ticket that earned him a $200,000 prize. So Trinity resident John Carter told North Carolina Education Lottery officials that the $5 pot of gold ticket he bought from Hillsville Country Mart on Hillsville Road in Trinity was inspired by his dinner. He said, they had Chinese food last night. We got a fortune cookie that said, don't miss out on your chance to win big. So he decided the cookie was telling him to trust his luck at the lottery. He says, I was thinking the fortune cookie was a sign. It had to be fate, he said. So the player said he was shocked as he scratched off a $200,000 prize. Wow. My fortune cookies always say, eat another one. never tells me anything like that. So you inspired me to wonderful. Oh, that's great, Lynn. I'd love to know more about that. I did a presentation on sleep paralysis. Actually, I've done quite a few presentations on sleep paralysis. Okay, I don't know if you're seeing. Well, hello there, Alex. Yeah, see, keep in mind, folks, here, you got to remember that I have multiple screens running at the same time. So there's a lot of chats. My whole computer right here is full of chats. And then there's chats here on TikTok. So, but yeah, so there we go. I've never gone to Lorraine's house, but I was friends with Lorraine, but I never went to her home. You're a friend. Good old thing there. Oh yeah, Bruce, how you doing there, buddy? Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, the trolls are gonna. I'm not. Listen, honest to God, honest guys, I do not care what the trolls have to say. It doesn't affect me. It really does not. I pity them because they are adults who are behaving like 3-year-old pestilent little children who need attention. And so for me, I just say, boy, that's really sad. That's really sad that on a Saturday night, the only thing you have to do is to go to Clergy's Live and troll them. Dude, I thought my life kind of is boring. I mean, that's a different level. That's a sad different level. So yeah, I mean, truly honest to God, that to me it's pretty sad. But yeah, I'm gonna go to his troll. I'm gonna troll him. The third eye, I don't necessarily. I mean, I know people believe in third eyes. I'm not a big fan of the third eye. I believe so, Ms. Morgan. You're very welcome, Janet. Oh yeah, some people were asking about sleep paralysis. So here's the deal with sleep paralysis, and here's a Cliff Notes very quick version of this. So folks, remember that if you have sleep paralysis episodes, I had a neurosurgeon on the show, and he gave a presentation on sleep paralysis. As an exorcist, this is what I can tell you. If you have a demonic issue, then what you're going to have is demonic manifestations throughout the day, throughout the night, meaning religious objects are desecrated, the bangings of three, the smells of sulfur or rotten flesh, people being attacked or scratched during the day. If you're only having a sleep, and I say only because it is terrifying, but if you're having a sleep paralysis episode when you're going to sleep or waking up and that's it, and you have no other manifestations, then 9 times out of 10, you're dealing with a sleep paralysis episode that has nothing to do with demonic. Because if you're going to have, if that sleep paralysis coincides with demonic activity, then you're going to have manifestations. So there's a lot more people who have these sleep paralysis episodes than many of you think. According to the neurosurgeon, now there's called ISP, which is isolated sleep paralysis, and RISP, which is recurrent isolated sleep paralysis. And he suggested that if you are having these, you should get tested for narcolepsy. That is what if you're having recurrent. But if that's all, and again, they're frightening. They truly are frightening. But if it's demonic, you're going to have other manifestations during the day, during the night, and not just when you're waking up or going to sleep. So now people are asking me again, folks, here's the deal. I appreciate the email messages and I appreciate the Facebook, but here's how we're going to do this. I have so many social media outlets, and the people are sending me messages from every single one of them, and it's becoming impossible to keep up. It just is. So if you want clergy to get involved and help you, you have to go through bishopjameslong.com and click on the paranormal link. That's it. And we do that. I do that for you, not for me. I do it for you because otherwise I'll end up losing it, or it'll get shuffled with all the 16,765 emails, which, yes, there you go, Troz. Saying I have to always show it because people say, you're a lion. Well, there you go. So that's my ministry. And people keep sending me messages on email to work a case. And I'm like, look, I'm doing this for free. And the only thing that I'm asking is that you go to that site and go to the paranormal so I can keep everything organized. And if people can't do that, then I'm sorry. I don't, that's too bad. So that's how it is. And then the Society of St. Benedict will contact you, and we'll have a team come out, we'll investigate, and then we'll go from there. And it helps you because then we won't lose, your request for help. Oh, yeah. So Cindy says, I have a question, Bishop. If you see this mess with a little with this Ouija board, spirit board, when I was a teenager, we really didn't know the terrible stuff that could come through. I'm a Baptist and I was saved again. Okay, what's the question? Thank you there, Monsar. Oh yeah, Alex, yeah. So anyway, that's the deal. So we just ask people just to do that. I don't know. See, when people ask me about, is this demonic, it would be very irresponsible for me to say yes. People always, because you're saying, so, okay, over a decade, I lived in a haunted apartment. The spirit displayed the silhouette of my head on the wall. Nothing gruesome, just a shadow. But I was wondering, was this demonic? There's no way for me to know. There's just no way unless I'm there and unless I actually investigate. It would be completely irresponsible for me to say, yep, that's a demon. And you have a demon attached to you. Because see, that's what people will do. And then they frighten you. So what are you supposed to do with that information? And that's what people who are not trained in demonology do. So they'll say, oh yes, absolutely. Now there's a demon attached and you got to be careful. Great. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. I just think that's very irresponsible, and I won't do that to somebody. So I don't know. I would have to have been there to investigate to determine if it's truly demonic or not. So anyway. What happens when you do an action but did not know it was a sin? Well, that's a sin. The act itself. So in other words, knowing it as a sin and doing an evil act, you have to understand those are two different things. So in other words, if you do an act, for example, if you steal from the rich to give to the poor, and you believe that is a good act, the act is actually evil because it's stealing. You have what's called an erroneous conscience. So you believe that act is actually justifiable and you don't see it as evil. Did you sin? Well, according to Roman Catechism, no. because you have to know the act is sinful and it's evil, and then you freely commit that act. So with a person who has an erroneous conscience in this case, but did you commit an evil act? Yes. So you have to understand there's two different theological issues in that play. So you have to be careful about implying, well, I did an evil act, or is it a sin, or you did something evil. So did you do something evil? Well, you just said yes. Did you know it was sin? You said no, I didn't know. So anyway, which one? A few words. Do you need to be baptized? Yeah, Cindy. Unfortunately, in TikTok, you can only type a certain amount on the chat room, because they won't give you. And that's a TikTok rule. That's not, it's something that we can't do anything. Is gambling a sin? Do you think it's a sin? I subscribe. Again, there's a difference between the act and knowing that it is sin. You have to know the act is evil and still freely commit the act. Then you've committed a sin. But again, with Robin Hood, did he sin by stealing from the rich and giving to the poor? We can say stealing from the rich is bad. Stealing from anybody is bad. No matter how you justify it, is bad. So the act is evil. Okay, so we've established the objective rule here. Did he sin? Well, not necessarily, because if he had an erroneous conscience that what he truly believed in his heart that he was doing is justifiable. So you have to know the act is evil and still freely commit the act. Okay, people are baptized once, right? Yeah, Homer, I talked about that. I thought that was an abomination. And they knew what they were doing, Homer. No one is going to convince me otherwise. They knew what they were doing. I thought it was disgusting, and I didn't like it. Homer's asking, forgive me if you answer this, but your thoughts on the Olympic ceremonies. It was despicable. It was despicable. And here's what I find very fascinating. I find it incredibly hypocritical when people say that if they are offended, if you do not, if you don't address them with their proper pronouns, because if you accidentally make a mistake, they are offended, and you say, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. But what I find very interesting is that when Christians are offended, as I was when I saw the opening ceremony, then they try to say, oh, you're being stupid. Now, wait a minute. You don't have the authority to tell me what offends me any more than I have the authority to tell you what offends you. So if you want me to be respectful of your pronouns, then by God, you will also be respectful if I thought the opening ceremony of the Olympics was offensive. And I just find it fascinating that people have gone on an attack against Christians because we have found it offensive. Well, that's just stupid. You're a bunch of Trump loyalists. You're just blah, blah, blah. Now, wait, whoa. Wait a minute. So you want me to respect your pronouns, but you don't respect the fact that I found that offensive. Okay, so in other words, whatever you believe then, I'm supposed to placate that. But when it comes to me being offended, then all of a sudden now I'm pro-Trump and hard, and I'm just hard-headed and anti all this. You see what I'm saying? That to me is so hypocritical. So I absolutely, and by the way, for those of you who don't know, and it was meant, the actor who was that Smurf, the actor, number one, he was wearing a thong, which, give me a break. I mean, you're on world television. Come on. There's kids watching. Seriously. Stupid. But the song is called Null. And do you know what the song is about? It's all about everybody getting naked. That's what the song is. I looked up the lyrics. Look it up. Null. It's all about everybody getting naked. Everybody. The world would be a better place if we were all just naked. So that's what they thought was a good idea, to have an opening ceremony on the Olympics. And I don't give a damn what anybody says. And they're going to, people are going to say, oh, no, it was not. It was some Olympic bull. Okay. They knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. It was for the sole purpose of provocation because the actor is a provocateur. That's a self-proclaimed provocateur. So that's what he does. He provokes to get a reaction. So they knew what they were doing. They knew damn well what they were doing. And it was disgusting. It was disgusting. And to me, I think it's sad because it is so, I don't know. I'm kind of getting tired of this pushing stuff onto other people. And then when people say, now, wait a minute, I don't like that. Now, all of a sudden you're closed-minded. Well, I'm a pretty open-minded guy to a point. But that what I saw was beyond disgusting. And yes, I, as a Christian, was offended because I knew damn well what they were doing. And so do they. So do they. It was just inappropriate. It took away, unfortunately, I think it took away from the spotlight where it needed to be. The spotlight needed to be on the amazing athletes, the people who've, trained their whole entire life for that one moment, and I just think, why do that? Why? It's so selfish, unbelievably selfish, to now take the spotlight away from where the spotlight needs to be on the athletes, not these ass clowns up there with Smurf in a thong. Sorry, I just think it's disgusting. So anyway, that's the answer. Right. It's just kind of like, well, if they get offended by something, then we have to say, okay, we're sorry. But if we get offended by something, oh, you're just a big Trump closed-minded fool. The hypocrisy, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. So if you want me to respect you, if you're offended, you want me to respect that, then by God, you're going to respect the fact that I was offended, and I was. And people have actually, by the way, people have actually unfriended me because I went on TikTok and I said how disgusting it was. Oh my gosh, the hate. I don't care. So if that makes me a conservative, hardcore Trump lover, so be it. Trump 2024. Is that what you want me to say? I mean, so be it. I'm just not going to. I'm not going to placate to these clowns. I'm just not going to do it. Again. See, Brian, you didn't get the point. You didn't get the point. No one will know who I'm going to vote for. No one. But what I just said is it's unfair for you to call anybody to call somebody a Trump closed-minded blah, 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 because they were offended with the Olympics. But yet you want me to respect the fact that people's pronouns need to be respected. Okay. It's pretty simple. Well, you just said so. You just said made a comment about my Trump, and it was Trump 2024. Trump is not a Christian. I don't know who he is. I don't know. I mean, he says he's a Christian. I don't know. I'm not. I don't go to church with him. So, Brian, if you know something that, oh, you muted him. Oh, you blocked him. Sorry, Brian, you've been blocked. Here's what I am concerned about, and I am deeply concerned about this. I am very concerned right now with Israel and Iran. I definitely see a pretty serious situation within the next couple of days. So that is problematic. I don't really talk a whole lot about world news. I keep up with the world news, but I think this is going to be a problem. So I would say within the next couple of days, I think we're going to see a pretty serious attack on Israel. That is what I believe. So, yeah. Yeah, Stigmata is stupid. The movie Stigmata. Stigmata, because the movie actually made it. It made it to where Stigmata was a curse, but in no case of valid stigmata cases, I should say, did they ever seen it as a curse ever? Can you explain one day how you got into the ministry? Sure. I knew I wanted to be a priest when I was 5 years old. And I began studying on demonology when I was 9. I didn't really understood a whole lot what I was reading, but I've always been the type of person that reads. And so I just studied and studied. And then I lived life a little bit, learned how to, responsibility and bills. And then I went to the Roman seminary and I studied with the Benedictines. And that college unfortunately closed due to finances. And so I had to transfer to Chicago at Loyola University. And that's where I finished up my undergraduate degree while still being in the Roman seminary. And then I went to the graduate seminary, Roman seminary, and received my minor orders. And was about a year away from the diaconate. And that is during that process is when God, because my whole plan was already, I was already planned, everything planned. I wanted to be a Roman Catholic priest. Everything had already been done. That was my life. And then I just felt through prayer, God calling me to the old Catholics. I'm like, what is this about? This is not part of the plan. This is not a part of my plan. And I talked to my spiritual director, who was a Roman Catholic priest, and we talked quite a bit for about 7 months. Thank you. And I just had some serious theological differences that I could not square consciously. I couldn't do it. I just could not. I just disagreed with refusing to allow women to be priests or allowing priests to marry. Or even forcing people who have divorces to get an annulment. I mean, there's a lot of things that I just simply said, no, that's a problem. There's a problem. And so I just couldn't square that on my conscience. And so that's when I decided, okay, and I joined the Old Catholic Church. So anyway, I agree, John, but I do believe, I absolutely am. I am convinced. I definitely think Iran is going to, with Hezbollah, I think they're going to probably attack Israel within the next couple of days. So yep. I mean, absolutely 1,000,000% before the 13th of this month. So, well, hello. Okay. Yeah, Cindy, if you're having issues, go to again bishopjameslong.com. Click on the paranormal link, and if you're having issues, we'll help out. They attacked today. They did. I didn't hear this. I didn't hear that. Lebanon did? I wonder why I didn't get any notices. Yeah, I don't see any notices. No, I think it's going to be a pretty large attack. I don't think this is going to be a small attack. I think this is going to be a pretty advanced, aggressive attack. I would say within the next couple of days. Without question, well, I'd say by the 13th, no doubt about it. But I would not be surprised if it was in the next couple of days. So anyway, but this is all we understand. This is all a part revelation. We know this is going to happen. This is supposed to. And here's what I find. I'm going to say something. There's a lot of people that are really so full of rage right now, and we got to calm that down, because I worry about a lot of people, because there's just so much. You're right. The world definitely needs more light. Well, Sky, we're seeing that. I think we're seeing the acts of evil, if you will. I think we're actually seeing that now. We have a troop over there, but they're not on ground. Yeah, Navy carriers. I would say there were no attacks on Israel today, Alex says. Okay, I think within the next couple of days, you just kind of keep an eye on the world news. Yeah, it's going to. It will definitely happen by the 13th. There's no question. So anyway, thank you there, Yolanda. Well, see, I mean, I understand people's concern about Israel, but here's the problem. But here's what I don't understand. Uh, Hezbollah, Hamas did something god awful. I think we can all agree to that. I mean, Hamas is a terrorist organization. That's all. They're horrible people, and I please understand too that these people are not. There's nothing good about them. They're bad leadership. It's terrible leadership. It's dangerous, and they what they did. I mean, Israel had to respond. Now, we can debate whether or not they went too far or not. But well, thank you there. But I mean, they had to respond. What they did was just barbaric. Isn't that the truth? That's true. Tree Alpha, just one act of small kindness. So anyway, I don't like what they did. I don't like Hamas. I don't like Hezbollah. I don't like Iran. And I think they're terrorist organizations. Plain and simple. It's not that I think, we know that they are. I mean, it's terrible. So I'm concerned. That's right. We already know how it's all going to play. We all know how it's going to play out. But let me just, and I get it. I get people are upset about the amount of war and the violence. War is violent. War is very violent. But you know what I think is interesting? I see sometimes what people who have LGBT and they say LGBT for Hamas. And I've seen this. I've seen these signs. So LGBT for Hamas. That my brain doesn't understand that. Do you realize that if you're an LGBT and you went to Gaza and you had a sign saying LGBT for Hamas, do you understand what they would do to you? I mean, seriously, I mean, that's a legitimate question. They would not welcome you. So I hope people understand that. Yeah, I mean, it's fascinating that people are like, these are bad people. But hopefully, I wish the peace. I don't like war of any kind. It needs to stop. It's just too much. It's too much. So I'm not really too concerned about the red heifer. The red heifer, the point of the red heifer is to usher in the Messiah. The Messiah is he's already came. So, but the Jewish nation does not believe that Jesus is the Messiah. But as Christians, we do. So, but no, I mean, I understand people don't like war. I hate war. It's no one likes it. But for my friends that are holding up signs saying, LGBT for Hamas, folks, that's, I mean, that's, you are advocating for people who absolutely have no issues unaliving you in 5 seconds. No issues. So it's a terrible war. It's a terrible war altogether. Oh, you're working the Katu. So anyway, they're just bad people. I just wish Hamas goes away, and then they actually. I wish that the folks there in Gaza could actually create a government that actually works for the people and help them, and have a 2-state solution so that this peace could happen. That's my wish. But the annulment is not a sacrament, no. Okay. In the riots, what riots are you referring to? Vicky's saying, can we say a prayer for all that was injured in the riots? Which riots? Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good, Cindy. So anyway, I don't understand, but I just wish that the two-state solution could actually work, but it will never happen. It will never, ever, never, never happen as long as Hamas is in control of the government. They just won't. It'll never happen. It just won't. So when Hamas goes away, and then the people in Gaza can actually create a government that works for the people, then I think a two-state solution could actually occur. So, but until then, it's just not going to. It just won't, because Hamas, listen, they're terrorists. Hamas, they're not good people. You can't negotiate with the terrorists, folks. Please understand that you cannot negotiate with them. They don't want anything that you have. Here's $1 million, great, and then they unalive you. Here's $2 million, great, they unalive you. Here's $100 million, great, they unalive you. That is what Hamas is. They are a terrorist organization. They're not friendly. They're not going to sit down with you for tea and then everybody's going to be kumbaya. That's not what Hamas is. It's just not. So I think the whole idea of thinking that peace is going to happen as long as Hamas is in control, that is not going to happen. It's just not. So anyway, yeah, you can't work with a terrorist. You can't. They don't want you to work. I don't understand. A terrorist wants to unalive people. That's what they do. That is there because they are cruel. They are demonic. There's nothing that you're going to offer them that's going to say, maybe we were wrong. No. So anyway, God wins in the end. Amen to that. Amen to that. But anyway, I just keep that in mind. I am concerned. I am concerned about the. It's going to be sooner rather than later of the war. I think Iran actually is going to get involved. They're already involved by bankrolling these Hamas, these terrorist organizations, but they're actually going to physically get involved. So anyway, yep. But we just keep pushing forward. That's all we got to do, and keep praying and know that God's in control, and that's what you do. So that's something you have to remember. Just say, okay, you know what? I can't control it. I can't fix it. God is in control, and these terrorists are terrible, terrible human beings. Terrible human beings. And you can't negotiate with them. There's just no such thing. It's stupid. There's no such thing. It's like negotiating with a rattlesnake. It doesn't happen. Well, I just have that in Alex. I just kind of have that in my mind. Okay. Let me just close out Spreaker real quick. That way I have one less thing that I have to worry about. So Spreaker, I'm going to say goodnight to you guys. Yeah, it's just easier for me to say goodnight, and then I don't have to have too many people open. Yeah, Iran will get involved. Iran, I think, is going to attack Israel. So, Hezbollah they're terrorists. Hezbollah is terrible. They're Iran. They are terrorists. Period. Dot. The end. Hezbollah are terrorists. Hamas is terrorist. These people are terrorists. There's nothing good about them. They are evil. They're pure evil. And you're not going to be able to negotiate with these people, and they're saying, you know what, maybe you're right. Maybe we shouldn't have done that in October to Israel. No, because they think it's completely justifiable. Harold, with all due respect, comparing the LGBT to Hamas, that is, you, my friend, are a complete and total dumbass. Goodbye. I mean, really, seriously. You're going to compare the LGBT community to Hamas? You're not going to do that here. You're not going to spread that bullshit here. That ain't going to happen. Nope, that's not going to happen here. You don't have to like the LGBT community, but by God, you're not going to call people that I know and love who are in the LGBT community, you're not going to compare them to Hamas and expect me to say, that's right. I'm sorry. My brain cells are a little bit more elevated than that. That's stupid. Anyway, what are you going to do? It was Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Well, that's original, Megs. Boy, I tell you what. Why don't you perhaps read the Bible? Yeah, there's this meme. People on TikTok. Come on, ass clowns. Come on out. Just come on and spew your hatred to prove to us how evil you actually are. Didn't Jesus? I think Jesus made a rule. Didn't he say something about love one another? That commandment. I and don't judge. Didn't he say something like that? Oh, that's right. Not to the particular individuals. Got it. Now I understand. I agree, sweet Amy, into that. For those of you who are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and etc., I'm going to say good night to you guys, and I hope that you. I'll be with you. TikTok. I'll stay with you guys for a little bit, but good night to you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Bible study. All right, have a great night. Bye bye.